Alright, what's going on, everybody? Sasuke Zero here, bringing you an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle with one of my good friends, ANR620. Say hello.
What's going on, people?
And today we're going to be bringing you a VGC battle. It's going to be best of 3. And
it was very interesting and fun to play. I already did this video. We already played it, so we're pretty much just commenting over it. It was kind of, when we first played it, we were really quiet because we're both trying not to say what moves we were doing or what we were actually doing. So I was like, yeah. So we didn't really do anything much, but it should still be interesting. I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, these are the team setups.
Alright, so for this battle, I decided to bring my Sableye, my Chandelure, my Magnezone, and my Mamoswine. And you brought...
I believe I brought Kangaskhan, Sylveon, Rotom Wash, and Drapion for this one. My set, it was actually pretty fun just because I wanted to throw him off by having the Mega Evolution Kangaskhan. At the same time, I also have a Mega Mawile. So if I need to switch it up, I ran both Megas in my team. Because I'm never really ever going to bring both of them in the same battle. But I wish I did. But still, it turned out really nice.
And I kind of came at a disadvantage because 2 of my Pokemon were choiced. And so it kind of threw me off around the end of these battles. It was fun at first, and then it just failed miserably. And this thing died. Yeah.
Here he was waiting on me. I was making my decision, and I dragged.
You having fun reading that book, buddy?
We're not the only ones in here. We got our friend Who and our friend Morbid here. Yeah, that's who he is. He's Who.
I'm Who. Who am I? I am Who. Alright, so for this I started out with my Chandelure, my Sableye.
Yep, and I came out with Kangaskhan and Sylveon. And at first I was debating on the Fake Out, and I was like, if I do Fake Out, none of them can get hit by it. Because I do not have a scrappy Kangaskhan. So it didn't matter. So I was like, let me just withdraw, get out of this disadvantage here.
And so at this point I decided to shoot off the Heat Wave and the Will-O-Wisp, thinking, you know, because I was thinking he was going to Mega Evolve, but it's the first thing on my mind. Mega Evolve, yeah, so let's stop him now.
I predicted the Will-O-Wisp and the Heat Wave. I predicted just 2 fire attacks. So what I did was like, you know what, Sylveon, potential burn, just go for the Heal Bell. I'm going to withdraw Kangaskhan and bring out, I think I brought out Drapion. No, I brought out Rotom Wash. Yeah, Rotom Wash.
So the Rotom hit the field, and I was like, yeah, burn the water. Good idea. Very good idea. And the Heat Wave actually landed on both Pokemon, so I was actually extremely surprised about that. And then the Heal Bell came on, and I was just like, shoot.
Yeah, I have a typical build on my Sylveon. It's a fun build, very powerful if you know how to use it right.
And so I was like, shoot. Oh, let's bring out the Magnezone at this point, as Magnezone would have at least resisted something. And I was going to taunt the Sylveon so that he couldn't get a Wish off or do another Heal Bell. Try to stop him from setting up at this point. And then there was the Protect, and I was just like, shut the fuck.
Yeah, I got the Protect off to stop it, so I was like, alright. But I missed my attack, which, even though if it would have hit, it would have not did much damage, but still, I was just really bad with all my, you'll see it later on, all my Hydro Pumps all missed.
And right now I'm running a Choice Scarf Magnezone so that I can go ahead and get off. The Sableye is actually very different from what most people are used to. I'm running Wide Lens so that I could hit with my Will-O-Wisp most of the time. And it seems to work, because he's a defensive build. And here comes the Drapion. And there goes the Will-O-Wisp. Hitting the Wash, of course.
Again, for the second time.
Of course. And then the Flash Cannon.
My Drapion build here is, believe it or not, it's a very mixed build. I set it up particularly with Assault Vest. A lot of people use, of course, Black Sludge, just to get that health return. Me, I'm thinking I want my Drapion to have an overall balanced defense style. So it's a tank in all aspects. It can take massive hits from special attacks and from regular attacks.
And then at this point, I decided to switch out the Magnezone again for my Chandelure, because I knew Flash Cannon was going to do a lot to them. And I was going to go for the Protect, but then I decided I would shoot through with the Recover.
Here I fudged up, and I ended up not Mega Evolving my Kangaskhan like a turd. I was going to, decided not to, and I was like, oh, whatever, back to War and Wash, let's get this out of the way.
And then I came through with the Recover, Prankster, wonderful thing. And Drapion, of course, hitting my Chandelure, and I somehow lived on one, even though I wasn't focus sashed.
I don't know how that happened. That was a fluke.
That would have been my fake sturdy, just coming through and having a little bit of fun. But that actually, that did matter a lot. Because if he had gotten rid of my Chandelure, I wouldn't have been at a position where I could have at least stood a chance. If he killed my Chandelure, it would have basically just been all downhill. And here I got the Energy Ball off, killing the Rotom Wash. Watch a little washing machine just go.
Well, I was just volt switching anyways.
Yeah.
And here I just tried to see how much damage it'd do. No damage I put on. I was like, oh great, this is gonna be bad. So I was just at this point like, all right, I have to figure something out here.
And then of course here comes the Sylveon, which I don't like. And I decided to go for the Psychic on the Drapion. And I was going to taunt the Sylveon, not understanding, because I figured he was going to Heal Bell.
See, what I thought was funny was he went for a Psychic on Drapion, including Drapion's Dark. So I was like, "You're such an
well, because I forgot of the fact that he's both Poison and Dark.
Yeah,
I forgot that feature, in which then he gets a double knockout on me, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna lose.
It was actually a really good knockout, and I was really happy with that one. I was really expecting, oh, it's gonna turn around. It's gonna freaking turn around. And yeah.
Marvin, put that down, please. Your face already looks like a skeleton. You don't need that. And here I decided.
You had no choice.
I ain't got no choice of what I'm doing, so I'm just like, well, you know, it's gonna be interesting. So I was preparing. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because I know Thunderbolt ain't gonna do anything to really either of them. So I was just like, you know what? And I can't really Earthquake because it would have killed my Magnezone. So I decided to shoot the Ice Shard at the Drapion. And so of course there goes the Sylveon, which gives me actually a free hit. Which doesn't really matter because Ice Shard now at this point hits the Drapion, leaving him with that much health, and I'm like, yay! Kangaskhan took that much, which I was surprised about, and you know, I took all that damage to lose my Focus Sash, which I've realized doesn't really help a bulky Mamoswine. So,
yeah, we're still learning. It's obviously just kind of practicing and beginning at this, so
yeah. Which actually we will be bringing more videos
in due time.
Oh yeah, but there will be more Pokemon videos, even if they're just singles, 6-on-6, or doubles, rotations, triples. You know, just stuff for funsies. So here I was like, all right, I'm gonna Flash Cannon, get rid of the Kangaskhan.
Once again, I'm at that point where I was like, didn't I Mega Evolve? And I forgot again. And it just slipped my mind. I was like, this is fucking... I was stupid. I would have Mega Evolved and would have made that worth it. But I didn't, and that was fucking stupid. I was like, oh, this is dumb. I fucked up. It's over. I lost.
And now the Drapion, of course, goes down to the burn damage, which means Sableye got a kill, surprisingly, due to the fact that he burned him. And so now it's 2-on-2, and I'm at a disadvantage with a Pokemon that can hit twice. Granted, I could do the same thing, but it would have killed me with my Earthquake. So here at this point, I decide to Ice Shard the Kangaskhan. And
Yeah, I went for a Sucker Punch and the Mega Evolution at this point because once again I was like, all right, I can't forget this time. So I went for the Mega Evolve, Mega Kangaskhan out. Went for the Sucker Punch, but his Mamoswine, I believe, outsped me. I'm not 100% sure why he got his off first.
Short Scarf?
I might have not picked. Again, I might have not picked Sucker Punch. I have no idea what the heck happened. I could have sworn I picked Sucker Punch.
Well, no, because even if I were to use Earthquake or something, your Sucker Punch is not a priority move.
Yes, it is. It goes before you.
It is.
Right, but it's.
I would have went after Protect.
I don't.
My Kangaskhan's faster than my Sylveon.
Right, but I don't think that it's a priority move.
It is. That's why I'm. That's why I was upset. I must have misclicked and not even paid attention. I could have sworn I picked Sucker Punch trying to do some damage on that Mamoswine. So at this point, I'm like, all right, Sylveon, let's see how long you can survive. Let's see how much damage you take from both of these two Pokemon hitting me all out. And I was actually vaguely surprised that I survived both the Flash Cannon, and I was like, all right then. So let's start the stall.
Yeah, and
let's see who runs out of PP first.
Yeah, so I mean, I was just like, all right, cool, I could stall him, and then I'm like, that's right, he's gonna Protect Wish stall me like every evolution has.
I just thought it was funny how he went for the Stealth Rock to kill a move for PP, so he could use another PP attack later. So I see why he did the Stealth Rocks here, just to waste, because there's no point at this, no matter at this point, it doesn't matter. So, but it was, again, I'm just stalling out here. Pretty much just stalling out.
And of course, double leftovers with a Wish. It's like, ah, crap. So everything I just did in the previous turn is now nothing.
But at the same time, I knew I couldn't outstall him no matter what. I could have tried to outstall his Flash Cannons because those were the only things really doing massive damage to me. But in the process, I would have wasted all my wishes, and I still would have not been able to do enough damage output to take out the Mamoswine.
And then I decided to go for Icicle Crash, hoping it would hit and hoping it would deal enough damage, in which it did. Knocked out the Sylveon. First game went to me.
Still a good game. Good game.
Of course. And now we move on to, of course, the second battle.
Round 2. Fight. So yeah, here I switched my team up. I was like, alright, Kangaskhan, I'm not bringing you out. You pissed me off when I forgot to Mega Evolve you.
Whose fault is that?
I know. I went for the Mega Mawile, and I believe it was Mega Mawile, and no, it wasn't. It was, I went for Rotom Wash and Garchomp on this, and I also brought Mega Mawile and Sylveon. I kept them in the background because I was planning to do an Earthquake with Rotom Wash in the field, knowing he wouldn't get hit by it. So that's what I brought out. I started off Garchomp, Rotom Wash.
And I brought my Machamp instead of my Magnezone. One, thinking it would have been a good idea when really it wasn't, and because it's no guard, so I've got all the moves that I need. No chances of missing. So here I go for the Dynamic Punch on Rotom. And, well, you know
or did you?
No, I didn't.
You seem to be dragging on this.
I know. And then I went for the Will-O-Wisp on the Garchomp, knowing that the Earthquake would do enough damage to me to hurt me a lot. So, as I've said, Wide Lens, Sableye. Maybe not the best item to give them.
It doesn't. You don't have the worst accuracy to miss Will-O-Wisp anyways. It's 85%. So it's not that bad.
No, Will-O-Wisp is a 9. Yeah, it is 80%. So at that point, it increases in accuracy due to the Wide Lens.
But here I went for the Thunder Wave instead of the Will-O-Wisp on his Machamp. I was not too worried about his Machamp out damaging me in any way, just because I had Mega Mawile in the back waiting, and at the same time, I also had Sylveon. So I wasn't too worried about getting out damage here. I'd rather have the hacks. I love the hacks. He got me confused here, so I was like, alright, fine, not a problem. He confused me. Let's see what happens.
And so I went for the burn on the Rotom, which, of course, I just went for the residual damage, and then I bullet punched the Garchomp, forgetting about the rough skin and not knowing that somebody had a Rocky Helmet.
Gotta love the damage. Here I just went for the double wish again, testing out how much my damage output is on him, and it was terrible.
It was horrible.
I was like, okay, at this point, I need to heal all this shit.
Here comes a hydro pump and misses yet
Yeah, like
again.
I told you guys, I didn't hit any of my hydro pumps with my Rotom Wash. That was just total utter miss, including I got through the confusion to miss a hydro pump. 50% chance to hit myself in confusion, and
then I went for the protect, and I believe I went through for a rock slide.
Yeah, you went for a rock slide.
Okay, yeah. And of course, here comes the Iron Head hitting my Machamp for an exact 20 damage.
Once again,
hydro pump, nothing.
Protected itself. Yeah, I should have doubled up into Machamp. I was debating on it. Figured I wouldn't miss. I forgot about that.
And then rock slide just for that, and then and I got the critical hit on Garchomp, which was actually beautiful. And then burn residual damage killed the Rotom. So already I'm at a +1, but I'm also at a negative due to the fact that Machamp is slow as shit and already paralyzed.
Yeah.
And now
everybody outspeeds Machamp. He's about to die.
And now with there being 2 fairy types coming, then I didn't know that there was a Mawile. I figured the Sylveon was going to come, but I'm just like, well, I have a priority bullet punch, and
I think you actually get me with this taunt. With this taunt, you get me.
Yeah, I do. I do get you with the taunt this time. I think it's this one. And then, you know, you pull back the Garchomp, so I'm like, alright, cool, I didn't take the Garchomp this time. This is fun.
I went for the, you know what? I went for the wish on this, because my plan was to wish, and then withdraw Sylveon to bring out Garchomp, to get the heal on Garchomp.
Right, exactly.
It didn't work in my favor, so I was like, alright, that's fine. And I guess now I'm just going to go all out. I don't care anymore.
And, of course, I got the paralysis after doing bullet punch to try to hit the Sylveon, which actually kind of, you know, f***ed me up on that one. But, you know, so I decide I'm gonna do it again because he's going to die regardless, and I'll protect the Sableye. And here comes the Mega.
Which, this caught him off guard because he was figuring out I was only running the 1 Mega, which was kind of like a Kangaskhan. So when I did this, he just gave me this look like, really? Really?
And then I get the protect off, of course, because, you know, beautiful Sableye. And I was actually able to score my bullet punch doing less damage than I was hoping it would do.
See, this was the funny part. Like, even with that, I was double targeting Machamp anyways with Mala, and because, of course, Hyper Voice hits it. Yeah. So I had no choice, but yeah, either way, Machamp died. I was like, alright, doesn't matter. Let's do this. Next guy. Who's up?
And then I'm like, well, I don't have my beautiful freaking steel type that could have did something, but then again, knowing you, your Mawile probably had power punch.
No, I don't have power punch.
So there was no fighting or nothing. Son of a bitch. But you did have, did you have Earthquake or no?
Mm-hmm.
On Mawile?
Garchomp.
Oh, well, Garchomp
burned, so it didn't.
Yeah, and then here comes the sucker punch, and I'm just like, bye.
Yeah, there's no surviving now. No more of this 1 HP crap. Head to this house, like you're done. And
then I was just like, I'm gonna burn you. If I'd gotten the burn off first, things would be different.
Sucker punch got priority. That's how you know. And then my Hyper Voice came in and just killed him. It was done with that.
Yeah, I was actually expecting you to do like a heal bell or a wish.
You taunted me. My taunt is about to wear off right now.
Yeah, your taunt did wear off because of the fact that I died.
No, I just Hyper Voice. See, taunt wore off right now.
Yeah, because of the fact that I believe my Pokemon died. And so now I'm sitting on Mamoswine just by itself against 2 fairies, and a burned Garchomp in the background, sitting there.
Yeah, at this point I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm at a miss. I was like, eh. He goes for the Stealth Rocks, which our friend Morbid said, why the fuck are you going for the Stealth Rocks? You should have went for the Earthquake.
No, it's like I misclicked. So that's kind of...
That was a misplay, yeah, but it didn't really cost him the match. It would have made things a little bit more interesting when you see the end, how the end result came. But at the same time, I don't think it would have did anything because...
Oh, no, wait, that's right. I meant to do Stealth Rock because I was figuring your Sucker Punch was going to come out, which actually didn't. So I'm just like, well, that was a wasted move on my part.
Yeah.
So then here comes the play rough, and it does actually fairly good.
Almost half your health.
Almost half my health, but seeing as
if I wasn't burned, I would have came near damn close, almost taking you out.
Exactly,
it would have put you in 1 hit, but it's all right. I was just like, all right, let's do this.
Exactly, it was the burn that actually saved my ass more than once. You really like going through that book, don't you?
He's trying to see what other guys I'm missing.
Smash counters.
Character general face strategy.
So here I withdraw Sylveon, just throwing my Garchomp out there to take a hit, knowing it's gonna die. I was trying to go for the wish, kind of failed in my own face. I was like, I'm stupid. It happens.
Yeah, and then, of course, Sucker Punch comes out, actually doesn't do as much as I was thinking it was. And then I get the Earthquake, and I actually take out the Garchomp and bring Marwile down to the fact that Sableye, of course...
7 HP.
It was at 7 HP.
7 HP.
And then, of course, the burn from Sableye kills him, so Sableye gets another kill from the grave.
See, at this point, I wished I should have just actually
just put him in the second slot.
Heal Bell. I was gonna Heal Bell and let my Sylveon take that Earthquake, but at the same time, I was like, nah, I'd rather keep my Sylveon fresh. I'm greedy that way. And then here I misplayed again. I meant to put it in the Garchomp slot so I can get the Wish. I did not. That fudged up.
And so now here, the Protect came. I knew that was gonna happen, so I Icicle Crash.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just like, alright, I gotta get as much health back as I can to survive these physical attacks. My Sylveon build, again, is just an Uber build on him. Typical Uber build for Sylveon, so it would be like VGC 14 or even Smogon Uber build. So here I come with the Icicle Crash, praying for a flinch, because it's the flinches that would have saved me. But because I didn't get that flinch, it knocked me out. Yeah, pretty much. So you won that one because of the fact that there was no flinch. Yeah, if you, and honest truth, you might have been a little bit closer if you would have did that Earthquake. I probably would have not been as aggressive with that Sylveon. I would have played it safe and went for probably another Protect or another Wish. Yeah, but still, Icicle Crash did what, like 60% damage to you, 70%, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, your Earthquake was doing about the same thing, about 50, 60%. So it would have came close. So Mamoswine was a definite like, hey, I need to get him out here like ASAP. Yeah, at this point I was like, all right, I got to redeem my Kangaskhan and get shit going again. So then I, of course, I chose not to bring in the Chandelure after, 1 HP survive and then death. And I'm like, I'm gonna play with the Salamence. Yeah, I think I went Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan opened and so it was Kangaskhan Sylveon? Kangaskhan Sylveon, yeah. So we came in with, so I was like, alright, I'm gonna actually put Mamoswine in the front stage, so he's the one doing most of the work. Well, him and Sableye, both were those guys. Yeah, so I was like, I gotta come aggressive, and then I saw this, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna... Now see, what I should have done is, I should have actually Earthquaked and Protected, but I wanted to get the Will-O-Wisp on the Kangaskhan, because I knew he was gonna possibly Mega at this point, which he did, and I'm just like, I can't suffer all that Power-Up Punch to... I couldn't do it. I still didn't want to change up my Power Punch and get rid of it. I don't like it, but I haven't decided what to put on there yet. And then it's the Fake Out that actually came to get me, and I'm just like, oh, well, there's the Fake Out. And I'm just like, oh, this is a crit. That mattered. Yeah, it did. It mattered a lot. So I'm just like, it came before the Fake Out. I mean, before the Will-O-Wisp. Yeah. So it was a full power hit. And so then so it got the flinch, and then Sylveon, of course, gets the Hyper Voice. Actually killed my Sableye in one shot. Sableye may be bulky, but he's not that bulky. He's actually very frail against Hyper Voice. And so, fairy types, man. Fairy types are beast. So Sableye, of course, he survives on 8. I mean, Mamoswine. Yes, he survives on 8, and I'm like, all right, cool, Magnezone. So here I'm gonna go for the Earthquake. Not. I'm going for the Earthquake. Then I'm gonna Volt Switch. Hoping, oh yeah, because your Mamoswine's slower. And no, and because my Mamoswine was gonna hit and kill the Magnezone, and I was not gonna get rid of the only thing that could take out your Fairs. I'm just like, oh, that did less than what I was hoping. So I'm just like, oh, let's pull you back. And then here he was for. And then I was like, I'm going to use the Salamence. Yeah, that was a good play. And there's the Salamence, and then Power Punch is like, yeah, nothing. Yeah, I should have went on Mamoswine. It went 12 and then 5, and I'm just like, I'm good. I should have hit it on Mamoswine and would have killed Mamoswine and saved me from taking this Earthquake. And then the Earthquake, it doesn't affect Salamence because flying, and just like, ah. Yeah, he's a. And of course, there's nothing. And then the Heal Bell came out. Yeah, I had to get rid of that burn. I could have taken out. I should have taken out Mamoswine. I should have targeted Mamoswine, but I was hoping to see if you kept him in. I would have targeted Mamoswine. You never would have got that Earthquake. You would have just died. Actually. Yeah, no, but it's fine. You learn from your mistakes. And so then I pull off another Earthquake, and then I'm going to Zen Headbutt the Kangaskhan. And so, of course, Sylveon protects. I'm like, it's whatever. I'm still going to kill the Kangaskhan. And then I was not. And then the Sucker Punch did a lot more than what I was hoping it was going to do.
And then, of course, I'm just like, and then what actually...
Yeah, he has life orb on his
Salamence,
so his own life orb killed him.
Yeah, so the life orb was what actually doomed my Salamence. So I'm like, well, I can't use Earthquake anymore.
No, you still can. You're just lucky you don't have to switch it out yet.
Yeah, and so then I get the Earthquake off, Sylveon protects herself, Kangaskhan dies.
At this point, I'm like, Kangaskhan, you did your work. He took out 2 of his Pokemon.
And
Like,
then
you did his work.
Yeah.
And then Sylveon can come back. I'm not worried about Sylveon. I love my Sylveon.
Yeah.
Even for my first build. Yeah, you're welcome. I know you helped me with that build, but even for my first build, Sylveon's my beast.
And so then, of course, the Garchomp, and I'm like, alright, cool, Ice Shard. Garchomp is 4 times weak to it. I'll be good.
He's hoping to get the priority on me.
So I go for that, and then I felt, of course, the Garchomp was going to die to it. So I went Ice Shard in that, and then I was not protecting him to get the second Protect Off, which was actually, it mattered in the long run, too. So, because here's the Ice Shard. Garchomp survives with very minimal health. How much did he survive?
7 HP.
7 HP he lives with. And then he gets
lucky
off,
seconds, so lucky sevens, man.
and then he gets that 7, and then he just obliterates both my members. If he did not get that Protect Off, it would have been fine, but I still would have. If I was on,
If they would have, you would have had. It would have been flat. It would have been you. You would have won. Flash Cannon versus me. Well, actually, no. I forgot who I had in the back. Who was left?
I have no idea. You were the one that picked
Pakistan?
No,
Oh,
Kangaskhan died.
yeah.
Oh, I don't think it was Rotom Wash. So I was pissed at Rotom Wash. Like, you fucking suck. I think it was Drapion.
Alright, but that's the end of the battles. He ended up winning 2-1 again. Thank you for the battle.
Good. Thanks for letting me be here and commentate with this.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll do more battles over Skype.
Definitely.
So, yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Now we stop.
Yeah, I forgot to say the stop part.
Stop.